Hey guys, NCS Fan 001 here, welcoming you to another one of those trophy list analysis videos. Today's game is South Park, The Fractured Butthole, or The Fractured Butthole, depending on how you wish to pronounce it. South Park, The Fractured Butthole is the sequel to the surprising hit of 2014's South Park, The Stick of Truth. It releases on October 17, 2017, just a couple weeks after my birthday. Anyway, the game comes with 36 total trophies worth 1,185 points, 1 platinum, 4 golds, 12 silvers, 19 bronzes. So, interestingly enough, unlike what I usually do, I am going through this list entirely blind. I have not read this list yet, because I want you guys to get my live reactions as to how utterly effed up it's probably going to be. So let's get started. And just looking at the first like 7 or 8 trophies, I can see how well this is going to go. More powerful than you think. That is our platinum trophy. No creative description, but a fairly creative trophy name. And I like the trophy images. They all actually look really good so far from what I'm seeing. Crappin' Forte. Use every available toilet in South Park and achieve the highest mastery level for each. Sounds good to me. That's a bronze. That's probably actually one of the first trophies. Well, no, that probably wouldn't be one of the first trophies. Now, one thing I do want to point out, though, for those of you who played Stick of Truth, you remember the platinum itself was quite easy overall. It was my 100th platinum trophy. But the thing was, the game had a lot of missable trophies, just from like Facebook friends and Gen Pokemon and all that stuff. So there were a lot of missable trophies in that game, so I would not be surprised if there's also a lot of missable trophies in this one. So we'll go ahead and bring that up now. Boy Love Aficionado. Find all Yahweh art pieces. That is a gold trophy, so that'll probably be easy with a collectible guide, but I bet you'll need a collectible guide, because like I said, I bet a lot of trophies are going to be missable. An end to racism. Stop racism in South Park. That's a bronze. I don't ever see that happening, realistically, but that may be like a story-related trophy if it's like part of the story. Orgy of Power. Use all allies' ultimate powers once during the game except the Coons. So that's really kind of annoying, because that means if you use Cartman's power once, you're basically going to be screwed. So you're going to need probably a lot of extra saves, like just a lot of manual hard saves. Stop, drop, and roll. Win a combat by using a time fart pause to kill all remaining enemies at once before time resumes. That's probably not too hard, especially once you get to like a high level. Should be easy enough. Yep, they went there. They actually went there. Holy shit, I thought this was a joke at first. The Token Experience, our second gold trophy. Create a black character and complete the game on Mastermind difficulty. I saw that on Facebook. I just thought they were screwing with us with that. They actually made it a thing. Wow. Okay. I'm kind of surprised that Sony would even allow that. Anyway. So, in this game, playing as different races makes the game harder, and playing as a black character makes it the hardest, to be more clear on this. I can't believe they actually went there. This is South Park, but still. Fully bloated. Unlock all combat time farts. That's a silver. That's probably going to be on like unlocking all the farts from the first game. Probably not going to be too hard to do. Fashionista. That's a bronze. Find 10 costume pieces. That's actually probably very easy. Junksmith. A silver. Craft 10 distinct recipes. I'm sure if you have a guide, that shouldn't be too problematic. Death Dodger. Keep an ally alive for an entire combat while they take twice their max health in damage. Okay, so that would mean... Okay, I see what you'd do for that. You'd let them take damage, heal them, let them take damage again, heal them. You could probably do it against a fairly low-level enemy. That's actually probably not that hard. Deep-Seated Power, another gold trophy. Obtain and equip artifacts to reach 600 might. So what, now you're ripping off like Destiny and stuff? Because that sounds exactly like if you had like a power level or something from Destiny. That's probably not going to be horribly difficult unless that requires you to find like every single item and some of them are missable or something. That's the only thing I can think of that can make that really difficult. It might be kind of grindy, too. And I would assume this game is going to be longer than Stick of Truth, because Stick of Truth isn't really that long of a game or Platinum. So I would expect they probably fleshed it out a little bit more with this game. Class Warfare, bronze. Equip powers from 2 different classes. That's probably very easy. Farts over Freckles. That's a silver. Pick a fight with Morgan Freeman and defeat him. Why would we want to fight Morgan Freeman? He's there to explain everything. Now, if that's anything like the secret boss fight against Al Gore in the first game, then that could actually be very difficult, especially on the highest difficulty, because the Al Gore fight gave me actually a lot of trouble, even on the easiest difficulty. Toxic environment. Now we're back to bronzes. Loot 100 biohazard items. That's a new item, so that'll include things like condoms and drug needles and stuff like that. All that good stuff. It's a good thing it's not a kid's game. Pasta of Profits. Craft a macaroni picture for Moses. That's a good old reference to Jubilee, I believe was the episode from the Hot Tub Trilogy. Corporate Wolf, and that's a bronze, and it's the banker guy. That's good. Reach the highest economic value on your character sheet. That's probably not too hard. Hashtag followbacks. Become mutual followers with 10 people in South Park. Mutual followers. So does that mean we're switching over to Twitter instead of Facebook in this one? Now that's a silver, which is kind of surprising. That doesn't seem like it would be that hard. Divine Wind with Kite as the picture. Successfully fart core to the lofts at Soto Sopa rooftop and back down again. So that means there might be a little bit more 3D movement, which would actually be kind of cool. Last Kid Standing, a silver, when while 3 allies are down at the end of combat. There may only be like certain places you can do that unless you can have as many allies out as you want at any given time. Tit list, or title list, I guess is sort of what they're referencing. Reach the highest rank on one title in your character sheet. That actually shouldn't be too hard, so that should be coming through natural upgrading. Cosplay Curious, wear costume pieces from 3 different sets at once. That's a silver, but that actually seems like it would be really easy, especially if there's anywhere near as many like costumes and stuff as there were in the first game. Chaos Controlled, foil the plans of Professor Chaos, so that's probably going to be story related. Now, I do think, though, this game's supposed to have more branching story to it, so it may require multiple playthroughs or at least save reloads regardless of if you follow a guide. And maybe some of these are tied to different sides of that, but that sounds like probably would be a story-related trophy. Call in a favor, use a summon, that's a bronze. I would assume that that is going to be sort of like when you called in like the super characters like the Mr. Kim and Jesus and a couple others from the first game. Invasive tumor removal, defeat mutant cousin Kyle. So they're actually gonna bring back the other Kyle that's like the super stereotypical Jew, and we get to fight him. Okay, that's actually really funny. Master Class, equip powers from 4 different classes. That should be easy because we already saw a trophy similar to that. Epic Artificer, craft an artifact with a might value of 75 or more. That's probably not too hard. I mean, they're all bronzes, so I wouldn't be too worried. Glitch of Death, use Time Fart glitch to cause a status-affected enemy to lose their turn and die at the turn's end. So I guess you'd have to have them close to death and then on fire or something or grossed out, and then stun them and then they die. Through the Bowels of Time, survive the farts of future past, and that looks like it's supposed to be the Jennifer Lopez, Mitch Connor Cartman hand gag from the Jennifer Lopez episode, which that was a pretty funny one. Actually, that was on TV recently. Diabetes Defender. Defend a helpless child from a drunk lunatic. So does that mean we have to defend Scott Malkinson from Randy, given the picture? Big Knocker. That's a silver. Defeat an enemy by knocking another enemy into them. That's actually probably fairly easy. Character Sheet Elite. Reach the highest rank on 5 titles in your character sheet. That's probably going to be fairly grindy. It is the last gold, and character sheets are probably going to be fairly grindy. I don't know exactly what they entitle, because like I said, I'm going into this list fairly blind. I haven't seen as much as I wanted to on the game, so I don't know exactly how some of this stuff is going to work. But that sounds like it would probably be a little more grindy. And our last few trophies. Master Manipulator. Confuse or charm an enemy into defeating another enemy. That seems fairly easy. That's silver. Friend Finder. Acquire and unlock all summons. That is a silver. I don't remember if the summons or whatever they were in the first game were missable. Regardless, that one would be easy with a guide at least. Potty Trained. Use a toilet and achieve the highest mastery level. I guess you get that by crapping in it a bunch of times. But there was already a trophy for doing that on every single toilet in South Park, so that's probably actually very easy. That's probably going to be the first trophy you get if it's anything like when everyone started out in Stick of Truth just crapping 100 times in the first toilet. Maybe I was the only one that did that. Pick yourself up by your bootstraps. Collect all loot in the homeless camp at Soto Sopa. So overall, looking at this list, there's a couple things I find interesting about this. One, the list is a lot more tame than Stick of Truth. Like, because you guys remember Stick of Truth, some of the stuff they had on that list was absolutely ridiculous that they got away with. And maybe that's why this one's more tame, because maybe Sony wouldn't let them do all the crazy stuff again, like fart on an aborted Nazi zombie fetus, or what was another one? Like watch your parents have sex for 60 seconds. There's nothing quite that extreme on here, which is honestly kind of surprising and a little disappointing. So admittedly, I'm a little disappointed in some of this trophy list. It's not... The trophies don't seem to be quite as raunchy and quite as unique as the first game, but overall, this list does look like it will probably be a little bit easier, because it looks like there are a lot fewer collectibles. Because when I look back through it, you have all the Yahweh art pieces, so you will have to find all of those. And there are a few other missable trophies, like that Orgy of Power, use every ally's ultimate power except for the Coons, and then like the toilet one, but it looks like there aren't going to be a whole lot of significantly missable trophies in this game, hopefully, at least compared to the first game. So that's probably a good sign. That would actually be really nice if it meant then, you know, be able to play through the game a little more casually. Or heck, for all we know, maybe they won't even make some of the collectibles missable, which would be awesome if you could fully explore every single area after beating the game, which would be really cool. I mean, I don't know if that's going to happen, but that would be really nice if they did that, and that would basically make all the trophies gettable, unless there are different branching storylines or something, to where you would have to play through the game twice anyway or reload a save for them. Now, as for actual difficulty of the game, I would assume it's not going to be much harder than the original South Park game, but there's also that trophy for creating a black character and playing through the game as a black character. God, that admittedly, though, is pretty solid. That one was pretty good for a trophy, and the fact that they actually put that in the game still astounds me. So that could actually be kind of difficult, because the first game did have some tricky parts to it on the medium difficulty, or even on the easy difficulty. There were a few tricky parts, like the Al Gore fight, like I said, so that could be a bit tougher. I doubt I'm going to do my first playthrough on Mastermind, though. I'm going to be playing the game day one on October 17th. I'm going to be playing it day one, playing through it, just enjoying the game, and then a future playthrough watching, you know, collectible guides and stuff, or heck, maybe even collectibles carry over between playthroughs. I doubt it, but it would still be interesting. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. South Park The Fractured But Whole releases on October 17th. I'll be playing it day one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you for the next one.